Why is the prince a Lukibisi? Moses Wetangula, word has come to you before that the far that you have reached, it is your end. It is true. The late Professor Lukibisi, he was at University of Nairobi, died a painful death, cancer related, a demonic sickness and torment of dark altars and spirits. The family has been chained to a dark spiritual torment of alcohol addiction and grounded so that they do not rise up. The late professor was to rise as the Luya kingpin, but this glory was taken away by Moses Wetangula. He offered him as a secret sacrifice to the dark altar, stole away their glory, and dedicated the whole of Luya land to a dark altar, so that no one among the Luya people could ever rise and surpass him. This came to my revelation in 2022 when the bone of graves were being revealed to me. There are more bone of graves. Much will be said during the prophecy. So Moses Wetangula, it is your end, and you are going to suffer. For everything that you did, the wickedness is being returned back to you. In your homestead, at your home place, you have shrines that you always do visit. You have even offered your own blood relatives as secret sacrifices to renew the covenants, and your own father is a helper. You have even shrines, a tree shrine that was in Nalondo, voice that has tortured students suffering under demonic torments. All this is being returned back to you. Not just you alone, but many others. Many of our leaders are involved in cult practices, doing things in secrecy and in darkness, thinking that the Lord is not seeing them, thinking that the Lord has abandoned the people, has abandoned the land. The country has been made to be the cooking pot, and the people in it, the meat inside. The leaders are eating, selecting the finest to feed themselves. The sheep of the Lord has been scattered. But it is time for the Lord himself to gather for himself the sheep and give them new leaders that will cater for his flock, never to be scattered again. Atwoli, Mike Sonko, you never missed to wear occult rings. All the leaders, even the priests, everyone who is involved in occult practices, you will never hide from the Lord. the Lord is going to expose you all. It will be shameful. It will be disgraceful. Everyone will know the truth. He remains the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings. And no one can stand in the way of the Lord. You will wish to hide, but the wrath of the Lord has come. You will wish for the mountains to fall on you and cover your faces. You will wish to hide in caves, but no. The wrath of the Lord has descended upon you. Kenyans, my fellow Kenyans and the whole world, trouble is there. Millions and billions of people are going to die. It was said that the dead will bury themselves. How will this happen? The heap of dead bodies, one body lying on top of each other, one dead body lying on top of each other, eventually forming a heap. That explains how the dead will bury themselves. Because millions of people are going to die and they won't be buried. They will be like dung lying on the ground. Worms will eat them. The feast of the birds and wild animals. The feast that the Lord has prepared for the birds and the wild animals. Nobody will love the sin. Nobody will love the sin. Trouble is coming. The time is supposed to take more, but because of the elect, it has been shortened. The devil's kingdom know that their time is expiring, so they are working double so that they have many to perish with them during this period of destruction, because they know they have come to their end. They are not surrendering. What they want to do, and they are doing. They want to capture many to be their followers, so that no one is found worthy to be a heir in the heavenly kingdom. That is what is happening. But because of the few elect, the days have been shortened. So people of the land, my fellow Kenyans and the whole world, the Lord remains Lord. He is the ultimate judge. He is the king. He is the lawgiver. He is above the law. Nobody will enter the city of God with the wares of the devil. And the wares of the devil, which are the mark of the devil, ranges from clothing, ornaments, tattoos, there are so many. The wares of the devil, the dark covenants. People failed to make the holy kisses, which are the holy covenants. The women trousers. Nobody will come in the Holy Land with the women trousers, because trousers are only meant for men. the dreadlocks, the funny shavings. You have to come purely sanctified. Umeondoa mapambo, umevua mapambo ambayo haistahili. And the other bone of grave. Many of you love the Maasai beaded ornaments, especially the bracelets. These bracelets are secret wares of the devil. It is a cartel of business, of leaders. And they have first been dedicated to the satanic altar, Freemasons altar, then sold to the market. So people have stayed constantly under demonic torment, spiritual torment, fighting with the unseen. They become captured. Even sacrifice are being achieved through these ornaments. The slim bracelets are meant for lesbianism. The wide bracelets for men, homosexuality. The waist chain for prostitution. They come in different designs. Through these bracelets, much has been achieved. Marriages are splitting up. People are killing each other. That's why you find sometimes someone kills, but when asked, he says, "It is not me. I'm not the one. I don't know what happened." Why? Because he became captured by demonic spirits. And when the sacrifice has been achieved, the killing, the murder, the slaughter, now that our bodies are vessels, the demonic spirits will flee and leave a person in his right sense, where he or she will never understand what happened. So these are things that people should remove, because there are demonic attacks, fighting with the unseen. Pastor Ezekiel mentioned about this, but he never expounded. But all the revelation about this, I have them. The Maasai beaded bracelets, they belong to the Freemason satanic altar. You buy and wear as a sign of patriotism to your nation, but it is not that way. You remain patriotic to the devil's altar, and you serve as a secret devil's agent to achieve what is of the devil. They act as torches. We have also rings, occult rings. The world is evil. The wares of the Satan are so many. Yellow color is the light of darkness. And you remember when Ruto was sworn in, just a few days, what did he do at State House? There's a symbol he raised on the cross above the State House, with the yellow like flag, and at the center it was red like blood, the colors of the red dragon. He received the satanic leadership. So Kenyans, you don't understand what is happening. You are under slavery of the satanic world. Now, after Ruto's being sworn in, you remember Muhoozi Kainerugaba posted that only 2 weeks to capture Nairobi. But he later apologized. But even after that apology, Besigye posted and said, Kenyans should not take those remarks lightly, because since the time of Idi Amin, it is believed that from Nakuru or Naivasha to Nairobi, it is the land of the Ugandans. And Museveni has been equipping the country with Russian jet fighters. So, these remarks of Muhoozi, it served as the writing on the wall. The Tekel Mene Perez Tekel Mene Terez Pekel. It served as the handwriting on the wall, a warning to President Ruto, because his kingdom has been divided and the Lord has weighed him and found him wanting. And that marked the beginning of his days being numbered. So he is about to be exit. Although they surrendered and withdrew, but with the Lord's order, he will bring them back, and the city will be captured and burnt down. It will remain nothing. Nairobi will remain nothing, all the way to Mombasa. And more will still come. So, there's much trouble in the land. There is much trouble in the land. There is a lot of weeping and wailing. That's how the Lord Almighty is ending the sounds of bridegrooms of our festivals. So apart from being restored to the days of old as at the beginning with the kingship style, we will too be restored to the days of old, of the burnt offerings, grain offerings, and only the appointed festivals of the Lord. The work of the prince is all found in Ezekiel. His duties that he will be doing. So the Ezekiel, as from 45 onwards till the end, it talks about the temple, the Levitical priests, the duties, everything that will be under the new heavens and the new earth, the allotment of the land. Everything is summarized in Ezekiel. I've just given a summary. But during the time of the prophecy, when the media comes and everything is arranged, I will dig deeper. I will dig deeper, because it will last more time. Let me make another thing clear. The famous saying that only those who have the mark of Satan will be allowed to buy or sell. What is the mark of the Satan? These are the wares of the devil, which is achieved through the 666 mark. And this 666 mark is only time. Time is the beast. It is a riddle, because time is what was given power and authority to swallow people, just like the character of a beast, so that they may not be able to indulge in what is of God. Some will be kept busy at work. Some will be in entertainments. Some will be watching. That's how they were swallowed. The cloak is made just like the sea. And the leopard, it had the feet of a leopard. The description described the minute hand, hour hand, and the second hand. The pace of this. So the beast is just time. And time is what numbers man. And time is what is needed to achieve the 666 mark. So, those who have the marks of Satan, the 666 mark, which are the wares of the devil, are the ones who will be required to buy or sell. When you buy something, you are adding to yourself. And when you sell something, you are subtracting from yourself. So the wisdom behind this is, those who have the 666 mark, the wares of the devil will be required to sell, as in to remove, to subtract from themselves, and remain clean and sanctified. And after that, they will be required to add salvation to themselves. Seek the Lord Almighty and be redeemed through the blood of Jesus Christ. That is adding salvation. That is buying salvation. That is what is behind the buying and selling for those who have the 666 mark. There is a lot about the bone of braves. We have even earrings that are being made from skulls of dead people. So people are walking and wearing spirits of other people. They stay in torment. Our body are just vessels. They are just boxes. So inside your soul, is it the spirit of the Lord Almighty or the spirit of demons that is living and manifesting through you? That's how it is. So they act, the wares of the devil, they act as cords of darkness, as torches. People are being manipulated to do the bad, to do the evil, and be followers of the devil's kingdom. The Maasai beaded bracelets in churches, they have done great harm, because through them, during services, churches have stayed in torment. They have acted as cords, they have acted as torches. So through them, even when people are in church, the demonic spirits will be sent through them, the cords of darkness. And people will stay under torment. That's why sometimes you may find in churches, children are crying, some will start sleeping, some will get bored, feel dizzy, even confusion in the praise and worship. That's how they have been working in secrecy to disrupt churches, to cause confusion so that people don't listen to the word of the Lord Almighty. Wake up. Wake up, and most of all, watch and pray. It is bad. It is bad. The world is beyond repair, and it is a regression. And in this regression, in the end, a man and a woman were given dominion to rule over God's creation. And during this recreation, the man and woman given dominion and power to rule over the creation of the Lord is Raila and Martha Karua. Because in Azimio, the waters were assembled. At first, Raila was there, but engulfed in darkness, roaming, but engulfed in darkness. When did this light start to shine upon his life? When he was baptized by Prophet Owor. And also remember that Prophet Owor gave the prophecy that Raila will be president, but only if he gets close to God. And that's how his journey began. And since before, he said he promised to Kenyans that he is the Moses taking you to the promised land. Kalonzo is the Joshua. And that has never changed. Till today, he is the same Moses taking us to the promised land. That's why you find in the Revelation books, is it Revelation 10, walking in the crystal sea, singing the song of Moses, because there will be a grand entry into Jerusalem, the new Jerusalem, the city of God, the promised land. There will be a grand entry, and Raila as the leader, singing in praise. So the mountain of the Lord, the new heavens and the new earth, the heavenly kingdom, there will be worship and praise of the Lord Almighty all through. This is the heavens of the promise, not the heaven above up the sky. It is here on earth. The throne of the Lord Almighty, the mountain of the Lord, the constant singing, praising, endless worship of the Lord Almighty. The sea of glass, meaning the anointed land, and only the righteous will walk through it in praise, glory, honor, gladness, happiness of the Lord Almighty. The main road from Mabanga to Nalondo, this rough road, this is the way of righteousness. And a highway will be built when the city will be constructed. About the Gog and Magog war, it is not yet. The fake Israelite that is now, many people, the war that is ongoing, have said, oh, it is the Gog and Magog war. The Gog and Magog war, it is not yet completed. It is not yet. When will this happen? During the time of desolation, the Tubal people, remember the Tubal are the descendants of Tubal. And who are these people? We have the Tubal people, the Gog and Magog. Now that the royalty is being returned back to Kenyans, and you know where the royalty is right now, they will gang up, form an army to attack the people during desolation. Because to them, it is a city without walls. But the Lord remains the wall of protection. So in their mind, they will gang up so that they attack the Israelites, the people in desolation. They will come and surround. But the Lord will manifest. There will be an earthquake at that time. They will be separated. And at that time, they will fight among themselves, and fire will devour them. So the Gog and Magog war, it is not yet, people of the land. It is not yet. It is not yet. And remember, it is written, the boots and shields used for battle will be used as fuel for up to 7 years. Just imagine, for up to 7 years. The Gog and Magog war, it is not yet. Don't be fooled. It is not yet. So wake up, repent, and come back to the Lord. Return to the Lord Almighty. What is coming? It doesn't matter if your dad is a pastor or your mother is a pastor. Everybody for himself. What he has been doing. Where did you keep your treasure? Your mother will not stand for you, even if he is a pastor. Kila mtu na hesabu yake. Other people have been married to secret agents of the devil. And remember also the 666 mark was portrayed in marriages when the law was passed that when you stay with someone for 6 months, he is your wife, he is your husband. That's the devil's marriage. Remember, not every marriage is from the Lord.